Hey there, creepy peeps. My name is Nightmare Maven and I love talking about horror. I also change up my video upload schedule like it's going out of style. What can I say? This channel has been a work in progress since day one. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. Get used to this. It happens all the time. Actually, it doesn't happen that much. It's just this year I feel like I've changed it a lot. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so happy to see you here again. If you want to skip to the actual video, you can jump to this time code here. I'm just gonna quickly explain what the new upload schedule is in case you missed it. The new upload schedule is videos every Monday and Friday and then a live stream every Wednesday. I really like the live streams and I feel like they're very easy to put off doing. There's two exceptions to that. So the first is there will be a live stream every Wednesday, except on the week that Does This Offend You is, just so I'm not like oversaturating you guys with live streams. Because I already advertised that the Creepy Book Club live stream is gonna be this Friday. I decided that before I figured out what day I wanted to do these streams, so since I've already advertised it, I'm just gonna roll with it. If you tune in for that live stream, we're gonna be talking about Riley Sager's new book, Survive the Night, and just other stuff I've been reading this month, and just talk about horror books in general. It should be a fun time. Anyways, on to the video. I thought I would do a book haul. A couple of you guys asked for more of these on Instagram forever ago, and I asked you guys like what you would like to see more of on my channel. This has been over the course of a couple of weeks, but I just thought I would share some of the books that I got of the mostly horror variety, I think with like two exceptions. So the first one I'm going to talk about is actually a rebuy. Because I unhauled this book longer ago than I thought. So I had to repurchase this. I got it at Better World Books. It was used, so that way I didn't spend too much money on it. And this is gonna kind of serve as a little teaser for 31 Days of Horrorween. Here's your first little hint as to one of the videos I'll be doing, which is a reading vlog of it. I had a brand new copy. It was just chilling on my shelf, you know, collecting dust. Occasionally I would pick it up and try and read it, and roughly around like the same area I would quit. For an obvious reason. It's a huge fucking book. It is a huge time commitment to read this. It is just insanely long. I am the horror expert at my store. And I've read almost no Stephen King. I actually kind of have like this fleeting idea. I just kind of like play around with this idea every now and then that like next year in 2022 I want to like read one Stephen King book every single month. I really need any convincing not to do that because I'm on the fence about it, but if you want to like make an argument as to why you would want to see that, let me know in the comments. I feel like Sean from Nocturnal Horrors is already typing in the comments. I'm gonna give myself 3 days to finish this, which is what those tabs are. I already kind of divided it just to see like roughly like what, you know, this book divided into 3 is. And I can finally say I've read this fucking book. So look forward to that in October. Since I've already talked about the longest book in this haul, I think I'll just go ahead and quickly show the smallest book in this haul, which is a book, a novella I should say, that was on my most anticipated list for 2021. I was so excited for this to come out. But it's like The Craft but with like Latinx characters, and the little blurb, which I think I read in my most anticipated video way at the beginning of the year, is what sold it for me. 5 of us sat in a circle doing our best to emulate the girls in The Craft, hoping to unleash some power to take us all away from our home to the place of our dreams. But we weren't witches. We're 5 Chicanas living in San Antonio, Texas, 1 year out of high school. Like, it just sounds great. It sounds great. It's witchy, and it's a quick read, so like, why not? I just want to like, look at the difference. This is like less than 10% of this book, I feel like, that are both fantasy or sci-fi fantasy reads. The first is actually a book talk book, and I didn't realize it at the time when I bought it. I guess somebody had ordered it in at work and it was on the shelf, and it's now on the book talk table at work, but I didn't realize it. I've also seen a couple of videos of like other Barnes & Noble locations, like on TikTok, where people are putting this on their like spicy book talk displays. If somebody has read that list 6, is this spicy? What have I gotten myself into? It just sounded cool. Kind of like a secret society, you know, a group of people, like they all have different powers and they're being put through trials to become a part of some society. Oh, the society, just capitalized. So yeah, kind of just sounded cool. I don't know, like it's potentially spicy. I guess we'll find out. Another one on this list that is not horror but sci-fi fantasy is an anthology called Sword Stone Table. One of my managers at work brought it to my attention because she knew it was something we'd both like. She showed it to me and just told me to read the top of the book right here, which I'll read for you here. From the vast lore surrounding King Arthur, Camelot, and the Knights of the Round Table comes an anthology of gender-bent, race-bent, LGBTQIA plus inclusive retellings featuring stories by all these listed people. Yes, please. That was all I needed. The next book I bought, this is a newer release that came out a couple of months ago, but I had no idea that she was even coming out with a new book this year. I didn't know leading up to it. It just appeared. The new Jennifer McMahon book called The Drowning Kind. As I understand with a lot of Jennifer McMahon books, there's usually a kind of like historical kind of twist to it. Not that it's historical fiction. I feel like a lot of her stories or her more popular books always have to do with like dark pasts, things that happened in the past that are now like haunting the present and affecting the present. It follows our main character, Jax, whose sister mysteriously drowns, and she has to go back home, you know, to deal with all of that stuff. And she finds artifacts from like the history of her family that reveal kind of like a dark secret that may or may not, I'm guessing may, have affected her sister's death. So I really like The Invited. This seems like it kind of has similar vibes. So next one I bought is from an author I also really like, Victoria Schwab, who is also known as V.E. Schwab. This is her middle grade series she has. This is the first in it. This is called City of Ghosts. Like I mentioned in my Summerween book tag, which you can watch up here, I want to try and incorporate some more like spooky middle grade books into my reading because there's so much more now than there was when I was a kid, and I kind of just want to live vicariously through all these really cool kids that I'm sure are going to become like the most epic horror fans because they had so much content, spooky content to read. Basically, this book follows our main character, Cass, who can see ghosts, and her parents host this TV show, like a haunted places kind of TV show, you know, like one of those. Travel to Scotland to film some episodes of the show, and kind of like spooky things happen. I feel like this is gonna be perfect for Halloween. You know, like there's like that whimsy to the holiday, that kind of like childlike fun to Halloween. So it just makes me want to read like a bunch of middle grade books and like pretend like I'm like 10 again and I can go trick-or-treating and come home with like a pillowcase full of candy. Another book I bought recently is one I'm going to read with another coworker of mine. This is what happens when you work in a bookstore, basically. Is Fantastic Land by Mike Bakovin. Don't know if I said their last name right. This is kind of like told through like interviews and like police like transcripts and things like that in an amusement park after like a huge hurricane. This is set in Florida. So like apparently this huge like hurricane rips through and help doesn't arrive for a while, and there's supposed to be like, you know, cannibalism, people like attacking each other, crazy Florida shit happening. So this is all told in like retrospect, like as the authorities are trying to figure out like what the fuck happened. So it just sounds really cool. I don't think I've ever read any like Florida horror books, so this will be really interesting. Of course, I bought The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. Another little shameless plug here. This is our August read for Creepy Book Club. So if you were thinking about picking up this book, or you already did and maybe you just started it or you haven't started it yet, it's like the perfect time to start. This is what we're going to be reading for August, and we'll have a live stream at the end of the month to talk about it. I got a comment like a couple videos ago. I just want to I don't know if anybody else was wondering this, so I just want to clarify. You do not have to pay to be in the book club. We're just on Goodreads. You can just join us on Goodreads. The link is always in the description. You do have to get your own book, so however you do that, whether it's through the library or an ebook or whatever have you, that's the only thing that you have to purchase, but you don't actually, there's no fee just to be a member of the book club. And finally, last book I picked up, this was another one I had no idea it was coming out, and it just appeared on the shelf with the new releases, and I was like, yes, because at this point I will buy anything if it has Shirley Jackson's name on it. I love her. I think she's great. I have loved everything I've read from her, and I feel like her life is both fascinating and very sad and tragic. It's called The Letters of Shirley Jackson. It's edited by Lawrence Jackson Hyman. I'll just read a sentence or two from the inside flap just to kind of give you an idea of what this is. It's essentially a collection of never before published letters from Shirley Jackson. So it says, written over the course of nearly 3 decades from Jackson's college years to 6 days before her early death at the age of 48, these letters become the autobiography Shirley Jackson never wrote. It's a heavy book, and I'm really excited to dive into these because, like I said, I'm just fascinated by Shirley Jackson. So if it's got her name on it, I'm likely gonna buy it. And that's it. So those are all the books I've bought mostly recently. Let me know of anything in the comment section that you've purchased recently, any new cool horror books you found that you want to share. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Subscribe if you're new here. Become a Creepy Peep today. I post 2 new videos a week, and soon 1 live stream a week. I will see you very soon. Until then, stay strange. Bye.